Hi, this is Moji Yai from Wise African Woman. So today I wanted to talk about our breath and breathing. And I'm going to share a breathing technique with you that I think is the basis, very basis of all healing and also for pharmaceutical free pain relief. Okay. And all right, so before I share this technique, first I want us to talk about diaphragms. We have many diaphragms in our body, and I want to talk about four particular diaphragms. We have our cranial diaphragm, which is in our brain, and every time we breathe, our breath helps the cranial diaphragm reaches, our breath reaches the cranial diaphragm and it moves. It helps to regulate cerebrum fluid, our brain fluid. Okay. And then there is our cervical diaphragm, which is actually, it includes like the bottom of our mouth here, our tongue, and also our throat. Yeah, that's this whole area here. This is our cervical diaphragm. And then there is our thoracic diaphragm, which is the one that we know about and we talk about the most. And it is right here. It is right under our ribs, and it covers, it's above our gut, our um, intestines. And finally, there is our pelvic diaphragm, which is also known as our pelvic floor. And that one is down here. It's sitting on the ball right now. Mine is sitting on the ball right now. So, yeah, so those are our four diaphragms that I want us to bring awareness to for this breathing technique. And before we start, I also want us to be aware that when we breathe, when we're taking air through our nose, and I do want you to breathe in through your nose, uh, the air that we bring in isn't just going down, it is spreading. And so when we're breathing, I want us to bring attention to the spreading of it, not the down of it, going down of it. Okay? Because sometimes when we think about breathing into our pelvis, we're pushing down, but really we need to be spreading. So it goes all the way to our bones, to our ribs, to every part. It spreads. It's not just to a focal point, it's spreading. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind as you take in your breaths. And so we're going to take a few breaths. First, we're going to breathe and bring our attention to our cranial diaphragm. And then we'll take another breath and bring our attention to our cervical diaphragm. And then we'll breathe and bring our attention to our thoracic diaphragm. And then we'll take another breath and we'll bring our attention to our pelvic diaphragm. And then we'll take a few breaths all together, just as one. Okay? The way I like to think of my breath in order to get the most out of it is to think that as I breathe in through my nose, it goes up to my brain and then down my spine. Okay? And then spreads. That way, it helps me to make sure that my breath is spreading. Okay? And yeah, let's give it a whirl, shall we? All right, so we're going to breathe and bring our focus to our cranial diaphragm. This is inside our brain. We're not going to feel it. However, we can imagine it as clearing our head, clearing our our thoughts, or balancing our thoughts at least. If it's not, um, you can't really clear all our thoughts, but it balances it. Let's think of it as balancing whatever is going on in your head. Okay? All right, let's take a deep breath in. And exhale. I felt good. Felt it in my eyes. Okay? Now let's take another breath. And now we're going to bring our attention and make sure that we're spreading the breath along our cervical diaphragm. Okay? Inhale. Exhale. Very good. And now bring your hands right to the edge of your ribs. And we're going to breathe into our thoracic diaphragm. And then when you breathe into your thoracic diaphragm, you want your breath to reach your fingers. So my thumb is at my back here. I want my thumb to feel my inhale and my exhales. And I want my fingers here to feel my inhale and exhale. And I also want my palm to feel my inhale and exhale. And I want my belly to feel my inhale and exhale. So I will see an expansion, but not just like out here. It is just spreading. It's not just pushing out. Okay, I'm spreading naturally. This will come up. I don't have to push out. Okay. All right. So let's take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Same thing down here. I want my thumb to feel my inhale and exhales, my palms and my fingers. Okay. And I want the ball to feel my inhale, exhales. Again, I'm not pushing down to feel it. I am spreading it and it's naturally going to go down. All right. And inhale. Exhale. Very good. So now we're going to do a few breaths, just full. Your attention on all four diaphragms and spreading your breath. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. last time. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Okay, so that's the breathing method that I wanted to share with you today. And really, it is very important to breathe this way as often as you can. The more you do it, the more automatic it will become for your body, because this is actually the way we were born breathing. This is the way we breathe when we were children, when we were babies. And so, the more you bring attention to it, the more you practice it, the more natural it will be. And it's very important for pelvic healing because it allows the pelvic floor, the muscles to coordinate, relax, and strengthen wherever they need to in the natural way that they are meant to do. And so, yeah, practice it and let me know how it feels. Thank you for listening.